Welcome to this video on how to use the UT400 Basket feature. From anywhere within the system, in the top banner you'll see there's a basket icon. If you click on the basket icon, it takes you into the basket function where you can search for products and build products that customers are interested in for order. So, a number of different ways of searching for products. The first is to use the product search box. The text search can work a number of different ways. It can search on product code, product description, alternate descriptions, as well as being used for scanning barcodes as well. If I just type in plywood, it brings up 17 products that match that description, and then the items that it lists off, I have a little I button that I can click to be able to see more information about a particular product, more detail about stock and pricing information. Alternatively, within the table as is presented here, you've got the product description, product code, the number of items that are in stock, and this is at my active depot, and the number that are free available for sale, and a base selling price. If I click on the plus icon, that adds it into my basket and starts to build up a default item of 1 and a base price, which is giving me an overall price for the basket. If I continue to hit the plus button, it will up the quantity by 1. Alternatively, I can just change the quantity that I want within the individual items. Another way of searching for products is by category. So if I click on this button here, it would bring up whatever is your analysis structure here of category, group and subgroup. And so here I can click on a category and go into the groups within that. I can click on the group, go into the items within that, and I can select the items that I wish to add into the basket. I can also then use the red buttons to be able to navigate back up through the analysis structure to be able to find different items as I want within that particular search. You'll notice now I've been adding items into the basket. The basket button at the top of the screen shows the number of products that are actually within the basket and an overall value, including VAT as well. Alternative ways of being able to add in products, even if you're not in the basket, is if I go and do a view. So I'm going to go into a stock view here. With this particular view, I can use to filter and search in to find different products. But any products I see I like, if I just double click, they get added into the basket automatically. So the basket stays in place even as you're off performing other tasks, working on other orders, looking at customer information, anything. It's there to be used consistently through the time that you're using the system. If we come back into the basket, once we've actually built up a series of items that a customer is interested in, we can perform a number of different functions with them. For starters, if it's items we don't want, we can simply hit the X and they will disappear back out of the basket. You'll notice by default each of the items is ticked on the right hand side, and therefore by default if we click either of these proceed buttons, the checkout, retail sale, new draft or add to existing orders, then we can all of those items will go by default. Alternatively, if we don't want to carry all of them forward, so if we just wanted to do a retail sale of those plywood sheets, we can untick the items that we're not interested in and then simply say checkout retail sale. So checkout retail sale is how you take the items in the basket straight through a tray counter sale, whereby it's automatically takes you through a payment tendering screen and then is issued out as a cash sale. Alternatively, you can add items into a draft order, and by adding them into a draft order you can choose who the customer is from any of your list of customers, how they're going to have it delivered, whether they're going to have it paid, and that carries the items that you've ticked from the basket forward into that draft order. Alternatively, as you'll see, this has now brought this item in. We still have the other items that we haven't cleared in the basket. So you can either go back and start to add them into a different order, or alternatively, from within order processing, you can add in the items from the basket to the order that you're working on by simply selecting which items you want and then saying add to the order that you're working on. And that then builds up the whole order as to what it is that you want. Hope you found that useful.